My name is Robin, and I am a quantum hypnotherapist and teacher of energy healing and spiritual growth. And I love to share techniques which really help with finding your still point when you're in challenging situations. And I call these little techniques that they come from my spiritual toolbox. I love them. I love calling upon them to help me find my still point. It's this particular technique was reminded to me really yesterday when I read a post by the beautiful Mariana, and she was sharing that the other day she was at her children's school, and she had to go to two meetings. And for the first meeting she was sitting very quietly and she felt all peaceful inside and everything went well, but then for the second meeting another mother sat down beside her, and this particular mother has a tendency or a habit to be highly judgmental of others. And what made Mariana a little wobbly was the fact that she got all caught up in this lady's vibration and found herself being judgmental, which is not in her personality trait. That's not something that she tends to do, and she wasn't really happy with herself for having got all caught up in this other person's vibration. And so she was asking what would be the best way to handle this situation should it happen next time. And what came to my mind was a technique that I was taught by my beautiful Reiki master, the magnificent Kay Burrow, the most beautiful lady. She taught me a technique called what's mine is mine and what's yours is yours. And at the time I remember thinking, oh my goodness, that's just so perfect. There's a hand action that comes with it. And so you put both hands together facing your heart, so it's about protecting your heart. And so you go like this and you go, what's mine is mine, and then you turn the top hand and go, what's yours is yours. Now of course you can't necessarily use those hand actions when you're out in the public because it's a bit weird, really. You can, however, use your imagination that you're using your hand action. So you can use your imagination, imagine your hands are going like this and like that. But in your mind, just quietly remind yourself when you feel that you're getting caught up in someone else's lower vibration, finding that still point, finding that center, and saying, what's mine is mine, and what's yours is yours, helps you with pulling those reins in and being instead the light within, the person of love, of compassion, and of kindness. Because it's all about looking after your energy, and it's all about you feeling good inside that you can be the influence to positively impact others. Another technique which is really extraordinary, which I also highly recommend, is you call upon or ask Archangel Michael to come towards you. Whether or not you believe in Archangel Michael doesn't really matter. Just call upon Archangel Michael to be with you, because if you call upon him, he will come. And it just doesn't matter if it helps. Just give it a try, because it's worth your while. And Archangel Michael holds onto a crystal sword, and so imagine him cutting in the front heart, cutting all these cords of attachments from the front of your heart and from the back of your heart. If there's any cords of attachments towards other people, the sides, above your head and below your feet. And you will find that you will feel better. You will feel just that still point inside, which is really important for helping you feel good inside. And so remembering to focus on your breath. So just bring yourself back to the present moment, focusing on your breath. And also, if you can, feel your heart beating. That's another way to bring yourself back to the present moment. Feeling your heart beating. And so that's another way to instead amplify the love that you have inside and the kindness that you have inside. And so it's not about judging the other person for the vibration that she's at, and or being caught up in it, because we're human and we're all going through human experiences, so we must be kind to each other. It's not about being judgmental or anything like that. It's just giving forgiveness for yourself and forgiveness for others, and all of that just helps you feel peaceful inside. Being a sensitive person, another word for that is an empath. Being a sensitive person has been perceived in the past as being something that is a weakness, and it's actually, and I would really love for those of you who have struggled with this in particular, where you get caught up with other people's energy, that's the universe providing us with a lesson at how much, firstly, being affected by the energies of other people, we learn that when it doesn't make you feel good, and so that teaches you that you too can be the one that affects the energies of others, and that's where your responsibility lies. So it is the sensitive people, it's the empaths who, when they embrace their power, they are the ones who are the greatest leaders. Now, you don't have to be in front of a camera to be a great leader, and you don't have to be on top of a stage in front of thousands of people. That's not necessary. You can be a mother that's in her children's school, and you're just sitting there next to another mother, and what you're doing is allowing yourself to find that stillness, feel good inside, and amplify that light of yours, of kindness and of compassion and of love. And by that, you are uplifting those around you, and it doesn't have to be thousands of people. It can just be one person, and that is you being a great leader. I have on my website that you can see my ebook. It's free, and it's called Guide for Empaths Navigating Life with More Ease and Grace. It's such a beautiful book, and it has lots of techniques inside which will really be helpful for those of you who may be struggling with this. And even if you're not struggling, it's kind of fun to have these techniques in your toolbox for helping others, particularly if you're a healer. And I have a student who is reading it at the moment, and he gave the most beautiful comment. He's only up to page 6, and he said he feels like reading my book, Guide for Empaths, is like having a comforting blanket around him. And so I thought that was just such a beautiful visualization. So I intend that Guide for Empaths for you feels like a comforting blanket for you as well. And so I hope this tip has helped you. And so recapping, let's recap just quickly. What's mine is mine. What's yours is yours. And Archangel Michael with his beautiful sword, and finding your stillness in the present moment, perhaps listening to your heartbeat, or feeling your heartbeat, focusing on your breath, and bringing the light into your heart, and just imagine yourself amplifying that light. I'm sending you all my love, and thank you so much for joining me.